What do you do?
Oh my goodness.
What do you do when you're not on TV, guest host
Right?
at Latino Talk TV?
No, I volunteer. I do a lot of volunteering. Am I allowed to say who?
Yeah,
I
you can say, sure. Go ahead, give them a plug.
I volunteer for El Gonzales campaign.
Oh, good, yeah.
And also for Gathering of Eagles. It's a nonprofit organization. And I am taking the NHPO class. Yeah. The quinceañera class.
Yeah, class 15. That's right.
Yes.
You are. That's right. She is finishing up that class. That's great. Matter of fact, along with your husband.
Right, along with my husband.
With your husband Oscar. So yeah. And Elaine Elaine, besides being chair, and that's just your after 5 job. I know you have 2 or 3 before 5 jobs or 9 to 5 jobs.
Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur of sorts.
Yeah.
My daughter, Raquel Boujorn, and I put together a women-owned construction company. So we do concrete and steel. She's doing the work right now, not me. I'm just kind of like supporting whenever I need to. So I've been working with her for the past year with that, and it has exploded. I'm very proud of her. And then I also work with my other daughters, just family businesses. So she's also an entrepreneur, which I'm very proud of.
You know, and I know what role you have. You're the beautiful, tough face of the company who no one will mess with because they know your reputation. You know, it's like putting John Gotti in front of the family. You know,
I'm the pit bull in a skirt.
But it's great. It's great having y'all too. I know y'all very busy, so it's great having you. And you know, just relax up here, guys. We're just having a conversation. You know, this is part of what we train at NHPO for us to be in front of the camera.
That's right.
You know, to be able to carry on a conversation with, you know, defend your positions. And I'm glad both of you are here. It's gonna be a great show. What y'all do? Wasn't it a beautiful weekend?
It was gorgeous.
Oh man, it was a great weekend.
It's great.
It was fantastic. I mean, the temperature was great. I mean, it was hot through midweek last week. I mean, people were melting out there.
I don't know about melting.
Well, you know what, and why I say that, because you know I'm also at TBH, and we had the Hue Mural Festival.
Oh, it's
and
beautiful.
those poor artists went into the first half of the week, and they were just. I mean, these guys they stopped working during the day. We're staying during the day and kind of setting things up, and they would work until 1 or 2 in the morning every night because of the temperatures. You know, but I don't know if you saw any.
Yes, I have.
If anybody hasn't had a chance to go see the murals over at Talento Bilingüe, the Houston, right at the corner of Navigation and Jensen. Oh man, those things were beautiful. Those were really, really fantastic.
Works of art.
I think we had 6 separate murals.
I congratulate you guys on getting those guys out there. It was needed.
Yeah.
I mean, the building the building, of course, is always important. Talento Bilingüe de Houston is just an icon in the community, but to have that extra, you know, it just makes it feel more.
Somebody said, you know what, they can't forget about us now.
No, because you're driving by and it's like,
what the heck is that? Yeah, there were some fantastic.
My favorite one is the airplane.
Oh, Yo Creo.
Yo Creo. That's
Yo Creo.
I love that one. It's my favorite.
Man, and you know, everybody has the character in that mural. Everybody has somebody that looks like that guy.
Yes, we do.
Because he looks like he's kind of like a campesino. He's even wearing plaid.
Yes, I do.
He's looking up at an airplane.
I got a couple tios looking just like him.
Yeah, he looks like a tio of mine too.
Yeah, exactly.
But that one was done by his. I know his artist name was Real Tres. Matter of fact, he was finishing it up today. He still hadn't finished. And I thought he had to fly back to Mexico, and he's telling me that he's going to do a mural in Austin, and then he's going on to New York City. So a lot of these muralists they bought were top notch, very much in demand. So, you know, I really thank.
You mean Mexico sent its best?
Actually sent its best.
Yes,
wow.
of course.
But you know what? I think he's a drug dealer and a rapist on the side, so I don't know. You know how that goes. But no, I mean these artists were super talented. We had a few ladies that were there also.
Yes, I
Viviana Sofia, she did a fantastic watermelon head. I think the best way to describe her. A lot of color, a lot of faces. She even had some of the kids help her finish it yesterday. And then the one in the rear. you know, it's just it's like a super Birdman or something, like, you know, Aztec.
Yes,
bird with
Azteca.
oh
It's
man, it
beautiful.
was fantastic. But
Love
it
it.
was great.
Love it.
You know, I made a little joke. I told Carla was there. Miss Carla Cisneros, our city council member, was there Thursday night for the reception for the artists, and the artist that did the front one, the Aztec looking, it's like a man and woman with some kind of animal, like a wolf or a fox or something, coming out from in between them, and they explained that was what the Aztecs used to call a Nahuala. And I said it was a man or woman that could always change their shape to whatever they needed to be
Oh,
at
wow.
that time. And I
Okay.
told him, well, now, I said, we have those now. I said, we call them politicians. You know, even Carla laughed. I said, Miss Carla, do you want to let you know we're not talking about you? Okay?
She's so nice. She's really
Yeah.
nice.
She's real sweet.
She's a
She
sweet lady.
is. She's got a big heart, and she's very, very lovely lady.
I tell you, in the last 6 months, we've had more visits from our city councilman and the mayor than the last 4 years I've been here. You know, it's been amazing. You know, they've really come
and that's
through
a
for
good
us.
segue to go into why we need to vote, because I truly
Yeah.
believe that a lot of people feel like if you don't vote, why vote, because your vote doesn't count. Many Hispanics are traditionally Democrat and feel like this is a red state, so why vote? But really what you end up seeing is like what's happening. The strength of our vote is really starting to show up now.
Yes.
So really this is an investment into our future, because in the next election, what are they going to say? It's like, you know what, the biggest voting block in this particular district was what? And what do we need to address in that particular community? Whether it's, African Americans, Hispanics, women, minority business, whatever it is, when we start putting our numbers out there, this is a way for them to see us statistically. So,
Oh, absolutely. So did you get out to vote? Today was the first day of early voting.
yes, and NHPO actually has we have a virtual voting challenge, which we would like for all of you to participate with us. Once you finish voting, now don't take a camera inside the voting booth. That's illegal. Don't do that. But after you're done, you get your ticket, you have your sticker, and actually do a video or a picture and challenge 10 other people to vote as well. Early voting is important. We can get we get a bigger momentum if we can get people out there. So that's really our challenge on Facebook. Please do the hashtag NHPO votes, and make sure that you do that. Have you done yours?
I haven't done the video. I did do a Facebook post.
You did?
I went today. Elaine had a great idea to go interview some
And we did.
and she did. We're going to have that next week.
Yes.
But it was great. I got there a little bit late. I'm sorry I had an appointment this morning, but man, it amazed me. There were so many-
Lines.
there had to have been 50, 60 people in front
The
of me. at least.
passion.
Really?
Everyone was so excited. I mean, and we were interviewing people, and people were waiting to talk to us because they wanted to be interviewed too, because they wanted to give us their thoughts on to why they were doing this. We met a first-time voter, which was really exciting, and I was like, he was just making sure he was there to vote, and to make sure that his voice was heard for the first time ever.
Yeah.
And I thought that was exciting. And then I met an older gentleman. He must have been, I would say probably, early 70s. It was only the second time he'd ever voted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Well,
pretty
tell us,
exciting.
Sylvia, you've been working a lot of the campaigns. So what do you think about this
Yes.
election's coming up?
I think we're gonna win. Hillary. Yes, because excuse me, now it's like more Latinos are coming out to the polls to vote, because myself, I've been phone banking to encourage them to come out and vote, especially early voting, because they don't have to be waiting in long lines, and it's just a lot easier for them to come and vote, do early voting. So in my neighborhood, I go around asking people, are you ready to vote? And they're like, well, no, you need to go out and vote. Usually what I do, I take people to the poll machines to vote myself, because some say, well, I don't have a vehicle. Some say, well,
We'll give you a ride.
yes.
We'll get you a ride.
I said that is
Juan
not a
Hernandez,
problem.
call Juan Hernandez
So-
and Doña Maria. He'll come pick you up and take you to the polls.
Yeah.
He don't care what time of day.
And actually, I think that's
Look it up. Juan Hernandez at Doña Maria restaurant.
I don't know
We'll
about the-
pick you up and take you there.
I don't know about the taxis, but Metro
And feed you
is
before
giving
you
you a free
go.
ride to go to vote.
I love giving Juan a hard time. Juan's going to be one of our guests today. That's why I'm talking about Juan. But
I don't know. So like,
I
was
love
like,
to argue with Juan.
do you?
He's a great guy.
Is it really an argument, or?
Yeah, it's more one-sided. Yeah, you got to listen to him.
I'm gonna do what my
You get a word or two in
my
edgewise.
dad
That's
my
about
dad
it.
used to say when me and my sisters would start arguing, his threat was always, I'm gonna get the water hose. So y'all better behave.
But I tell you, it was great to see that turnout from the Latino community.
Yes.
You know, it was great to see
Yes.
that. It really, I mean, it inspired me.
Because we
you know.
didn't see it last year. I mean, I worked the polls last year, and we did not see it last year. And
You know, the former governor of Arizona, you know, when asked about the Latino vote, because
Oh, I
they
saw.
think, they think
Yes.
that Arizona is going to turn blue.
Yes.
They says it's been a red state for so long. They now show Hillary in the lead, and it could turn blue. And she said, "Oh, don't worry, because the Hispanics don't vote,
Yeah.
Latinos don't vote."
Latinos don't vote.
She said, "Don't worry about them; they're not going to vote." Well,
So
you know
we'll
what?
see.
Thanks for opening your mouth.
Right.
That
Right.
inspired me to come out today.
that's
and
right.
Vote.
That's right.
You know, on the first
Exactly.
day.
That's right.
Before you know, the second hour that the polls opened, I was there in line, and oh man,
Don't tell
I
us
tell you.
that we're not going to do something.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Because
exactly.
we will do it.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. Especially all the
motivation for
Latinos, just the Latina. You don't, you know, I know you don't tell Latino what
Yeah.
to do. You know, you advise. That's about it.
That's true. You do advise, and you're very smart about that.
Well, I hope so. I mean, I've made it this long. So that's one of the ways. But ladies, thank y'all for being here today. It's
you.
great having y'all. Y'all bring such experience and talents to Latino Talk. I want to really thank y'all for being here.
Well,
But man, so we got a lot to talk about, though,
yeah,
man.
we do. And thank you for letting us come and take over, right?
Yes.
Oh,
thank
you know what?
you.
Real quickly, what about the NHPL elections coming up?
Yes, Wednesday at 6 p.m. at HCC Felix Fraga, we are going to be voting in a new board. All the positions are open except for mine,
Yeah.
which is a little weird. I know it's a little odd of a system, but it does.
It was actually kind of smart. That keeps
It's
a
a
group of people from coming in and taking it over.
exactly. It's a
that's why they do it like
transition
that.
move,
Yeah.
and so that way you don't have a lag in transition. Not necessarily, to keep the power, but to keep the momentum.
Keep the consistency.
Exactly. So we will be having that on Wednesday, 6 o'clock, Felix Fraga. Any active member is allowed to run, and any active member is also allowed to vote. So,
That's great.
Yeah. Will you be there?
I got to be there.
Yes, you do.
They would.
I nominated you, actually.
They would string me up if I didn't show up
Yes.
to that. But the NHPL, the National Hispanic Professional Organization.
Yes.
You know, it's a great organization. You want to network. It's great for businesses.
Yes.
You want to network. It's the place to be.
And for professionals too, for
Absolutely.
professional development. I mean, that's how we partner up with the LI. We truly
The
believe
LI
in
Leadership
development.
Institute, NHPL Leadership Institute. We do a class twice a year. We're in class 15 right now. Over 400 graduates, and we teach servant leadership.
Yes.
We work on the passion that a person brings with him and make him into an effective servant leader. And we have some great servant leaders out there that are helping us.
You do, and even some officials out there.
Yeah, we do have a couple elected officials. That's true.
Diana Davila.
Robert Gallegos. Yeah, absolutely.
And who else do we have?
Well, Abel.
Oh, Abel as well.
Abel's a great. Of
course.
He was a great politician. It was right before he even came to us, but we made him a little better. I'll tell him that. Like Top Gun, we're gonna make him better.
That's true. He did well.
Yeah. So what else we have going on? Oh, you know what? This Saturday at TBH, we're having a mock election.
I know.
People come vote, just vote. They don't have to be a registered voter. Just come up and vote. We just want to see what the East End, and the surrounding community, what they're thinking, what they're thinking about this election. We'll have a mock election, and then later in the afternoon, I think we're shooting for about 3 or 4. I'm not sure. I need to check the website. But if you check the website, www.tbhcenter.org, we're going to show the documentary, the Willie Velasquez story.
That's awesome.
And Willie Velasquez, who you know what, I am ashamed to say, I had heard of Willie Velasquez, but I didn't have no idea what he really did. I know he started the Southwest Voter Project, but man, this man was just important. And he died at a very young age, 44 years old, in '88, I believe. And they had asked to run the Michael Dukakis campaign, but he already, I mean, after they found out his diagnosis of cancer, he only lasted like about 6-7 weeks or something like that. And so, Pobre passed away, soon after his diagnosis of cancer. So, but it's a great story. I saw it. Jumpin' Jess got a hold of a copy of it and he showed it to us, and we said, man, we got to show this community. So we will show that documentary free on Saturday, and I believe it's 3 or 4 o'clock. I'm not sure, but check the website and we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll say 3.
It's 4 o'clock. My wife is telling me it's 4 o'clock, and my wife never lies to me.
Well, I would say 3 anyway, because Raza
get there
always
3,
comes
yeah. Get there 3. That way you get some popcorn and sit down.
That's right.
Well, I have popcorn there, so. But oh man, so much else. What else is going on?
Well, I'm a loss of words. I can't believe it. I just finished telling somebody I can talk for an hour.
I tell you, we gotta hurry up and make sure that we finish on time, because Monday Night Football.
Yes,
the
that's
Texans
right.
are playing tonight,
Yes.
or playing Denver.
Yes, we gotta hurry up.
So we gotta make sure that we're ready for kickoff. So we're all going to your place, Sylvia.
That's right. Come
Tell
on over.
everybody your address. Everybody go over
Right.
there.
It's 333 South Jensen.
333 South Jensen Drive. No. Oh, boy, I have your address somewhere,
Mira.
Elaine. So no. I'm sure Oscar would be happy to see us.
Oh, he would. He loves a party anytime.
Folks, so there's so much going on right now. So much happening. Also, man, let's talk to your neighbors. Talk to people who haven't voted in the past. And now, with the ID law, they're saying that you don't have to have a driver's license if you have a government check. If you get a government check,
A utility bill.
or utility bill, that you can go take that and they should let you vote. Thank goodness. Hopefully, we'll get rid of this. During the first Clinton administration, get rid of this voter ID, which is just a way of keeping people from voting.
Right.
Come on, let's call a spade here. That's all this was about. I mean, in over 1 billion votes cast, they found like 35
Exactly.
over 1 billion votes cast, 35 different cases of voter fraud. 35. And so they're making us jump through all these.
Right. Actually, when I was voting, this lady actually asked, she was very curious because so much propaganda has been going on. She actually asked, well, when can, how is it that you're going to keep me from coming back to vote again? It's like, and the volunteer told her, well, she goes, you have your ticket and you can't come back and vote again. It's already going to show that you voted. You can't. She was so thankful. Like, she was really afraid that was going to happen.
Oh my goodness.
Because so much of that is out there. I mean, so much.
Well, I remember in the 60s and early 70s when I first started getting political, I remember the phrase you say, vote early and often.
Yes, right. And I bet there was probably a time when you could get away with that, but with the technology today, no way.
There's no way. Nowadays.
There's a
It would
reason.
be some little bitty town somewhere not using,
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, there have been some cases. I think some people, the people that were dead voted, but it's like I said, it's so minute that I think the precinct judges do a great job to make sure that the purity of that ballot box stays intact.
Right.
So I was an election judge for
Yes, you were.
for 15, 20 years, something like that.
What kind of court did you judge on?
It was the appointed precinct judge of precinct 230, and I was an election judge there. So I did that from age of 19.
Wow.
When they appointed me, and it was funny because I remember I'll tell you, I'll date myself. The man who appointed me was E.A. Squatty Lyons, was the county commissioner at the time, and he had no idea I was 19. He thought I was in my mid-20s. And he said, "How old are you, boy?" So I'm 19, sir. 19. I said, "Lord, don't let him tell no one his age either." Scarlet Lions was great.
Well, the community voted you in, so that's all
right.
that mattered. Oh, you
So-
know who else we need to? We probably should send prayers out to Ben Mendez and.
You know what?
family
That's
and-
right. You know, I know people have noticed that Ben hasn't been here the last few weeks. You know, Ben has been helping his family, his very good friend and his cousin Pete Escamilla, who had been fighting cancer. This young man fought cancer all his life. He said he was first diagnosed with cancer, and he was about 5 years old.
Yes, that's what they said.
And fought it. He says he went to Texas Children's. He went to
St. Jude.
the cancer center. No, the cancer center here. Oh,
MD Anderson.
MD Anderson was an MD Anderson for years. He said all the friends he grew up with. He goes, they all died. He said he was the last one, and so he was in his 40s. So he went basically 35, 36, 37 years with cancer, and he survived all this time. And he finally succumbed to brain cancer. He was a heck of an individual. He was a graduate of the Leadership Institute.
Yes, he was.
He was a fine young man, and I tell you, I'm a better person because I knew Pete. He was a great individual, and Ben, you know, he asked for some time off from the show because he said he was the one that was actually helping with some of his care. He had to be there in the evenings, and you know, they're going to have a service tomorrow at Compián for Pete. So we want to make sure that we support Ben and his family because you know Pete was just a great individual, and you know, we are just so sorry for his passing.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially an NHPO, you know, alumni.
That's right.
It you know, he's part of our family too.
Of course.
So to see anyone suffer is a big deal.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a break in just a minute, and we're going to come back, and we're going to have DH in the house.
Yeah.
DH is going to be in the house. Juan Hernandez, and he brought his bodyguards with him.
And I have a manguera, just so you know. If I need to bring that manguera out, I
tell you,
will.
Juan is such a great.
I'll help you.
You know, Juan is a retired firefighter, and after he retired, he took on the family business at Doña Maria, and oh man, he's always there. It's always great to go in there, and you know, that's one of the best places to eat in the city.
It is.
And I tell you,
the carne guisada.
I'll tell you, the food is great, but on Sundays when you got the menudo that's been cooking all night, and you got and you have the barbacoa, and man, he has some of the best barbacoa. I don't know where he gets it from, but very clean barbacoa. And I don't like all the fat and stuff in there. Oh man, I mean, it's first rate. And he gives you a good, solid portion of barbacoa.
I'm getting uncomfortable.
Commercial.
Getting uncomfortable just listening to you talk about it.
You know. I'll tell you a quick story about Juan. I'll tell you, Juan is such a character. I go in there, and the thing about Doña Maria is you see everybody from all around.
Always.
All around,
always.
you know, you might see something you hadn't seen in 20 years. But somehow or other, they all come through the East End. Everybody knows the East End. So I'm there, and I see a friend of mine. That I hadn't seen in years. And I said, man, I'm gonna buy his lunch. I said, Juan, go ahead, man, you put his bill, put it on my tab. You know, I said, okay. And then so the guy gets up to leave, and Juan stops and, sir, hold on, wait a minute. Let me run this card. Okay, you can go. But that's Juan, man. That's Juan. He is such a character. I said, man, that's cold, baby. I'm trying to press my buddy here, and you checking the card. I'm good. I'm just happy it went through. It may not have gone through. That really would have been embarrassing. But anyway, we're going to take a quick break. We'll take a couple of minutes just to get everybody in here and get them mic'd up, and we'll be back. So we'll see you in 2 minutes. Thanks. Welcome back to Latino Talk TV. Thank you for staying tuned with us, folks. And right now we're going to talk. To a group of people about the Denver Harbor Lions Avenue beautification. The DH is in the house. You know, I'm from Fifth Ward, and we used to, and Fifth Ward so bad that we used to go to Denver Harbor on vacation. But I tell you, man, it's great. I'm from the Nickel. You know, I'm right at the edge of Fifth Ward and North Side and the La Bonita neighborhood there. But it's great. I mean, these seems like all these old neighborhoods are getting new life breathed into them.
Thank God.
And people need to realize that what they have in these neighborhoods is it's very rare, and they need to stay together. I think people are realizing that. So it's great to have the beautification projects for Denver Harbor Lions Avenue. Our three guests, the infamous Juan Hernandez from Doña Maria Restaurant. And we also have Ana Gonzales. Yes. Ana Gonzales, I've known her for many, many years. She also went to school with my wife, Pat. They were at Guadalupe together. And Senora Maria Bolanos, thank you guys for being here today. So what do we have going on the DH, Juan? What's up?
I'm going to let Anna talk about it because she's my president for Denver Harbor Civic Club.
Well, she don't say it, I'll back her up.
So Anna, he's passing the mic over to you.
Passing the mic to me. Well, the Denver Harbor Civic Club is going in collaboration with the City of Houston Department of Neighborhoods. We have a lot of potential at Denver Harbor because we're right off the interstate. And since you are here, maybe we can get some feedback. But we have a strip of Lions Avenue from the railroad that divides us between Fifth Ward and Denver Harbor. From that area all the way near to Palmer's Ice House.
That's right by the Fiesta, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So we collaborated to do a beautification, kind of spruce up the boulevard, actually, the avenue. We want to paint some of the buildings, the businesses, put some planners, put some plans, put some benches, things to make it look inviting. We've got a lot of areas that are empty spots, retail area that we would like maybe some more businesses to come. We would love to see, when we talk about it, we would love to see a Starbucks, a little mini Starbucks. There we have the area if anybody's interested or anybody knows somebody, but we figured if we do this beautification, it might invite other businesses and also to promote the local businesses that are there. We have businesses like Fred Loya Insurance, Los Jacales, I'm sure a lot of people have been to the Jacales, really Fiesta. We also have a torteria there also. We have hamburger places there. We have a couple of nail shops, a washateria. We have Esperanza's funeral home there.
Ben
Hamos, that's been around, Mexican restaurant. So we want to also advertise and push our local businesses as well. So we figured if we do a beautification, people will come and maybe other businesses, and we can make it more inviting for people to shop local. So
Absolutely.
That's why we decided to do this beautification. So we are doing it November the 12th. We are asking for volunteers, anybody who wants to come, and we are going to start at 8 o'clock in the morning till noon. We are going to provide breakfast and some lunch for our volunteers. We're going to meet at the Cliff Tuttle Park, right in the corner of Crest and Lions Avenue. That's our designated spot to meet there, and then we'll assign people in different locations. So we are asking for a lot of volunteers. And if anybody from the city, county, that would like to come and help us, it would be great. But also if there's anybody that's listening that has businesses that maybe might be interested in looking for potential areas, we've got the spots there and we can show them as well.
Well, that's great. So how many different projects do you have going on with this beautification? Do you have different blocks lined out, and you already got an idea of what you want to do?
Yes, Juan Hernandez.
What I have been doing is 12 city blocks from the railroad tracks to Palmer's. I've been going out and jotting down what we need to do and talking to all the business owners. And let me tell you, them business owners are very excited because Lions Avenue is not a nice looking street right now.
Yeah.
It needs a lot of cleanup, a lot of sprucing up. And that's because of neglect from our city councilmen. And I'll say that because I've been there 41 years and haven't seen none done in DH. But we took it upon ourselves to beautify Lyons Avenue. And right now I'm getting some good, positive, exciting.
That you can say what you want about Lyons. It's always been an artery to DH. I mean, people know where Lyons Avenue is. I know there's a lot of businesses on that.
Yes.
There's an old business, I can't remember, East Way or something, that fixes space heaters. I remember.
Oh,
And
yes.
I've been
Yes.
going there for years. We have a
Yes.
couple space, and he'll go out and he'll fix them right up and put you on your way.
And Anna mentioned Pejamos. Pejamos is going to be our model home. We're going to paint that restaurant first so people can see what a paint job can do for our neighborhood. And there's a lot of buildings got to be torn down, but a little paint job will make it look beautiful. And the old fire station right there on the corner of Crest and Lyons, they got one wall facing Crest. We're trying to get a mural on that wall because that fire station's a little run down, needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
But
the
we're
fire
going to do
station is
that.
right at Crest, isn't it?
Crest
Right.
and
Crest and Lions.
Crest
Yes.
and Lyons, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that. That's what. Isn't that one of the original?
That's an old fire station. Yes, it is.
And they're trying to, I think it's a nonprofit organization. They want to fix it up and have it a place where firemen from all over the country that are coming in for cancer treatment, they can stay there for free and have a place to live. And they would bus them, the patients that are staying there, to the med center. So that's what they're trying to work. They have a little setback, but they're trying to work on revitalizing that building there. They've got some funding, but
They actually stay at an old fire station.
yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome, actually. So what kind of volunteers are you looking for? I mean, you need volunteers, but do you need people to show up with shovels? Do you need people to, what do you need them to do?
We just need body. I mean, we need a lot of people because it was the city and working with Maria, they're going to furnish us all the equipment that we need. Gloves and helmets and everything we need. All we need is people to come out and help us, because that's 12 city blocks. And it's almost over a mile and something. And we like to knock it out that Saturday morning.
So you want people to paint? I heard you say that's going to be like what your major focus, right, is the painting.
Yeah, but we need to weed eat, cut
Weed
yard,
eating,
cut the
the whole
grass,
thing. Okay.
litter, pick up litter,
Okay.
and we'll find something for them to do.
So really, women, men, children.
Yes.
Everybody, we'll take. We need a lot of help.
So when your teenage kids on sleeping lay outside, get up, get up and go volunteer.
And also, we're a nonprofit organization, so I know a lot of high schools have to,
that's good to
students
know.
have to do community service, so we can give them a letter saying they did community service there, since we are a nonprofit organization.
That's fantastic. So what time do you want them there in the morning?
8 o'clock, because
8 o'clock.
we need to sign up release forms through the city with Maria, and we're hoping to finish by 12:30, 1 o'clock.
So Maria, what's your role in all this?
Well, thank you for asking. My role, I'm a community liaison for the Mayor's Citizens Assistance Office.
Good.
Our division has been in existence since 1974, and we partner with very active community members like Juan and Anna. And let me tell you, Anna, this is not her first cleanup.
Oh, I know, that's not her first rodeo.
She has actually received the Mayor's Proud Partner Award from Keep Houston Beautiful once. So you would think that she would stop then, but no. She's continuing with a vision. The city has partnered with the Keep Houston Beautiful nonprofit organization. They provide us with tools, vests, and all type of equipment needed for a beautification or a cleanup. Like Juan mentioned, there are 12 blocks. We have done an assessment to each block and what it needs specifically. Some need delittering, mowing, edging, and they're focusing on Penjamos to do a paint job because this is, and like Juan said, this is only the beginning. This is the first beautification project. He foresees more coming to Denver Harbor and Lyons Avenue. So this is only the beginning for their goal.
I think that's great, Juan. I mean, man, that with a little TLC, that can go a long way on that street.
And our goal is, like we talk about in our meetings, is beautify Lyons Avenue and then have some of these street festivals come over there to DH, because I've been talking to the owners, and they're waiting for the street festivals to close up the streets, because that'll bring a lot of business to DH.
Would.
Yeah.
It really will,
It would.
and that's how I'm promoting it. But we need to clean Lyons Avenue first,
Yeah.
and we can do it.
Does the city have any plans for any improvements on Lyons Avenue? Is there anything maybe in the CIP? Anything in the works?
Well,
Do you know?
capital improvement plans are requested at that time through that meeting that the council member holds.
Right.
The street is basically in good condition. Now, if there's any other needs, then the community needs to request it through the CIP program, basically. So that I know of, I did not check the status or
And
if there's any
CIP
projects.
process, it takes several
takes
years.
a
6 to 8 years
Right,
to
yeah.
each project. And we're talking about large projects like a reconstruction of an entire street, or it could be a library or a park. But I'm sorry, I did not check to see if there's any projects in the future for Lions. But I can check back and let you know.
Just as many times I've traveled down that street, man, I tell you, it won't take a lot to beautify that street.
No.
I mean, it's such, like I said, it's such a busy artery. A little paint here, clean up a little there. I mean, I think it could go a long way.
We have this potential to expand. We just need, I think with the beautification, it just might be more inviting for other businesses to come. We're considered like a food desert. We only have fiestas like our main. The next closest grocery store would be Kroger's on Studimont.
Yeah.
And that's the next closest. So for those people who are limited in regards to transportation, they only have Fiesta. Those who can drive maybe can venture out a little bit. So we would love, we have space there to maybe get another big grocery store in there for the people, because a lot of people still depend on the bus or walk. The area is still a small neighborhood. We're kind of hidden, but it's got a lot of potential there.
Oh, it has great potential there. I mean, that location there. I mean, man, you're close to everything.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're a DH,
And you know what, Lyons Avenue, a lot of people are finding that that's a back street. They can avoid I-10.
yeah.
Lyons Avenue right now is picking up
Get off
because
at Palmer's, have a quick
Yep.
beer.
Yep.
Wait, no, I don't want to say drink and drive. No, I do not drink and drive. But I always get thirsty when I pass around Palmer's.
Yep. No, it's a good area, and it has so much potential, and how it's the years have been good really to the homes there. It's not there. I know that there's a lot of businesses that need to be reestablished, but if you go into the neighborhoods, and I did a lot of block walking in Denver Harbor last year, and there's a lot of just unique houses, and the people themselves are very friendly. Everybody came out to the fence to talk to us, and so, and you have a lot of steel companies back there on Boyles in the warehouse area,
Right.
which I know that they're ready for something to happen. They're all hub businesses in that area, and they all employ the residents in DH. So, I know they're waiting for it too. But there's money in DH. It just hasn't been like what you're doing inspired.
Right.
Well, you know what? I've been an active member about 3 or 4 years, and when I started going, I got tired of hearing people saying, well, we got to fix this city light. Man, we got more problems than city light. And in my opinion, Denver Harbor's been neglected for 30-something years. And our city officials, elected officials understand that, know that, because, look at Lyons Avenue now. Had we had their support, they support us, but, we need a lot of support to get it going.
Well, that further down Lyons Avenue, they've done a lot of work on Lyons. They got that new theater that just opened up down the street.
Oh, you can see a big difference once you go Lockwood.
Once you go to Lockwood,
Oh,
you can see the difference.
see
They
a
just
big
have done
difference.
nothing from Lockwood on. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Juan.
Well, it just takes people like you to inspire, though. I think that's all it takes. Look at the East End. It's been a long time coming, but it's it's the inspiration that starts.
You know what? Getting to that, we applied for a management district through the state, and Anna Hernandez sponsored the bill for us, and was that management district. Boy, we could do a lot of good. We could do like East End, but our governor vetoed the bill. That was the only bill in the whole state of Texas, Denver Harbor, that he vetoed. The only bill.
Why did he do that?
I have no idea, and he
We have
hadn't,
no
he hadn't told us.
explanation. It hasn't been
And he
explained to us.
passed 6 more management districts that same year, but vetoed our bill
How long ago was that?
last year.
Last year.
The last session.
Juan,
session.
that sounds like somebody was afraid of losing.
Politics.
It sounds, yeah, it's not
Politics.
very political there.
Big time. Because when you start a management district, you don't need no money from the city,
So who's the closest
state.
management district to DH?
East End.
East End.
The East End takes over a lot of Denver Harbor and Clinton Drive.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to say anything else because, you know, they
I
are
don't
our
either,
neighbor
yeah.
right next door.
Well, I mean, I can work with them now and then. But no, we really need a lot of help. If y'all are listening out there, be out there 8 o'clock in the morning on the
November
November the 12th.
12th, and we'll feed y'all. And you know, I'm gonna be the head supervisor, and I want it done right the first time because that's our backyard. You know, we want it fixed up.
Right. Well,
You know-
NHPO, that's really our mission, is to support minority business and for things like this. I mean, you cannot flourish as a business unless you get the community support, and unless Hispanics are economically and financially sound and well, the communities will fall apart. And if we don't do this now, 5 years from now, when we are the complete majority, we're going to create a situation where, you know, we're a third world country instead of a thriving community.
Correct.
And so we'll be more than happy to, you know,
You know, take the development. It's moving east. You know, it's gonna get DH.
It is.
It's getting Fifth Ward already. Some of it, and it's gonna get Denver Harbor. You know, but
That's right.
you know, we have to be ready for it. And we got this Chapter 42 with Rene Porras. He's organized Chapter 42. He's doing an outstanding job. But, you know, the development's going to go out there, you know. And like we
Like
need
it or
to
not,
get
it's going to be there.
we need to
It's
get
gonna be
ready
there.
because Lyons Avenue, like you said, that's a gateway to Denver Harbor.
Yeah.
it is.
And we're right in the middle where the freeway can take you to any part of the city.
Yeah.
We're right there. And then, of course, we have the back roads to take you to downtown or wherever you need to go.
You know, that's what I don't understand. I do not understand for the life of me how people can live in some of these neighborhoods where they're 15, 20 minutes away from the freeway. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I want to get on the road, go a block down the freeway, and then go wherever I gotta go. And that's my neighborhood in La Bonita. That's Denver Harbor, of course. That's East End. I mean, you're always near a freeway. You can get wherever you're going. But man, I just cannot. I don't see how they do it. You know, once I get up the freeway, I better be home pretty quick, or I'm gonna get upset.
Right. That is so funny. But I think a lot of Hispanics started out in Denver Harbor. When,
Oh, yeah.
and, you know, I'll date myself even, but I didn't move to Houston until I was 4 years old. And that was the first place my parents settled in, was Denver Harbor. And from there, we went over there to Wayside, and we left. We
You
left.
know,
Denver
Ben
Harbor.
Reyes lived there. Al Luna was his neighbor. Al Luna, state rep. They were neighbors across the street.
I remember growing up as a child, we had a movie theater, the Venus Movie Theater.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like the other day.
that's the one that's a tire shop now, isn't it?
No, they knocked us right next to the new fire station that
Oh, okay.
got built.
Oh,
They,
right.
but I remember as a kid walking to the movies there.
Yeah.
And just like the other day, I had to drive, and I'm like, my tire's low. I go to DH Tire, and a nice young man took care of me. And I'm like, you know, you go to other areas, what do you do? And I'm thinking I had to drive to Katy. I wouldn't even know where to go find someone to look at my tire. So the nice
But you
young,
wouldn't have
yeah.
anybody. You have to go to the dealer.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So it's just the comfort of or walking and buying a fresh tortillas there at the torteria.
Right.
Or Mexican bread. I mean, how lucky are we? Or the things that we take for granted sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Mangonadas.
Yes.
Mangonadas in Denver Harbor. And it's the best.
Yum, yum.
You know we're hungry. We've been talking about food. Well, it's your fault.
Yeah, it is. It is. So how did the city help coordinate this, Maria, or just something
Absolutely.
that
Absolutely.
so the city came to the residents?
No,
Or
no,
how that work?
no. This is all Juan's vision, and I would like to commend these two beautiful people. The city needs
Well, not
hundreds
Juan, man. He
of
has a big head
people.
enough like that. That's
Wait,
why
no.
that
Look,
Backyard.
cover that big
But you
head.
have to understand, even though Juan lives in Denver Harbor, works
Yeah.
in DH, in vice versa. Juan works in the East End, but he lives in Denver
Right.
Harbor. And this is where he's focusing. This is the first time that in 28 years that I've worked for the city of Houston, that someone is going out there personally to each business to say, hey, come on, let's do something. I had never seen that. So I really want to commend Juan Hernandez and Ana Gonzales for that. We need a lot of people like them.
Two great servant leaders right there.
Absolutely.
They've been in the
Unique.
neighborhood for years.
Very
But
unique.
you know what? I don't mind doing it because the owners, they've been neglected. They said, "Are you running for something?" I said, "No, ma'am. I live here in DH. This is my backyard. We need to, clean up Lyons Avenue."
You're running for something.
Yeah. And then Burt's, all the businesses, they are so
Very excited.
happy, excited that we're going to clean up Lyons Avenue, And yeah, granted, it should have been done a long time ago.
Yeah.
But,
It seems like that's the same thing like my neighborhood in La Bonita. It was just always like an afterthought.
Yeah.
No one ever thought about it.
Oh.
And we just had our street on Hirsch Road just redone with gutters and sidewalks and all that. And my family been there since '48. And 50, 60 years later, they finally do it. So it's great. It's great that they're finally giving attention to some of those neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Well, I think at this time it's like the loudest, the squeakiest wheel gets the oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Hispanics are starting to squeak quite a bit. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a good thing.
Well, you know what? When Turner was running for mayor in the primaries, we had a
Yes.
fundraiser for him at the restaurant.
Yes.
And I told him, Denver Harbor needs a lot of work. And you know what? In his speeches, he would say, "We're going to clean up Denver Harbor." And,
And he's
gonna
kept
find out.
He's been really good
Sylvester,
about keeping
I am
his
so impressed with
word.
Sylvester.
So am I.
Yes.
I
I'm
think
in
he
love.
has done such a good job. Just he hadn't been in office a year yet.
No.
Right.
And he really hit the. I've seen him.
has.
He's been at TVH 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't had a mayor there. The first 3 years I was there. And,
He's visited NHPO twice
Exactly,
and
yeah.
2 major events, and that's done. Yes, he really does care.
Yeah.
He talks about his DNA still being good, and now we really believe him.
I said,
DNA is
your
good.
DNA is good, Sylvester, but your DNA is brown, baby.
Yeah,
Brown.
he did say that.
Yes, and I want everybody to know that we have 8 community liaisons throughout the city of Houston. So if anyone would like to do a beautification in any part of the city of Houston, you're welcome to contact our office, Department of Neighborhoods, and we'll definitely help you and promote whatever you need to do as far as to better the quality of life in your neighborhood.
Well,
So
can I-
that's amazing that y'all are doing that. So they can come to you and you will get a lot of the details worked out.
Absolutely.
She's great. She's
That's
really good because she
fantastic.
can direct you what you need to do and set up a plan. She's great on that.
Maria, how many liaisons do they have in the
8.
office?
Currently,
of
we
them.
have 8. One of them became our boss, so that's why we used to have 9.
Yeah.
But we have 8 from Kingwood to Cashmere to 5th Ward.
Wow.
Southwest, Sunnyside, East End. Yours truly. We cover from 10 to 12 zip codes each of us.
Wow.
Well, the 311 number that we call, Maria and Myra are the best 311 helps we got.
That's wonderful.
All right.
Maria, you can call her up and they'll be handled. And Myra también. They're very good.
Myra Hypolite.
So now that you've agreed to do November 12th, is it possible for them, because they're going to need more than one time. There's so much work to be done. Will they be allowed to come back and do it again?
Absolutely. That's the idea.
Wonderful.
This is on the first
time.
stage of beautification, renovation of Lyons Avenue in Denver Harbor. Hopefully, we'll have to have a festival, a context with the businesses, a lighting of a tree, something.
Yes.
But this is just the beginning.
That's wonderful. I'm excited for you guys.
I am too, because I'm picturing Lyons Avenue real pretty, colorful. We need to put color in Denver Harbor.
Yes.
This is a Hispanic neighborhood. We need culture. We need a lot of pretty colors. And then eventually, because you know a lot of the yards need mowing, the ditches need cleaning up, and you know, it takes a lot of work, a lot of volunteers.
The dog problem too, which is, you know,
Oh,
I
dogs are
understand
worse.
is Barrio Dogs is going in and taking care of that as well. So, you know, Denver Harbor's on its way.
Yeah.
It is.
It's just that problem. I don't think we can be able to clear up completely because we're just a dumping site. Because we're surrounded by warehouses, so people will, you know, just go and dump them at night. We try to keep through the help of Maria, we've been trying to keep the areas where near the railroads to keep them clean, make sure that they cut the grass, pick up trash, because then if people see there's trash being dumped, it's continuous,
Yes.
More
and it
trash,
becomes
right.
more of a problem.
Yeah.
And we're also working on, Mr. Hernandez and I are also working on, there's a little area right by the railroad tracks on Crescent Old Clinton Drive. It's a little odd piece of land that's owned by AT&T. So they've been cutting it, and we've been speaking to them about maybe doing a community garden there. They're looking and seeing about maybe having legal department donate it to us, where in fact we can give it to somebody to do a community garden there. And it's a nice little spot, and it's an odd place, but it'd be perfect for there.
Well, you know, Fifth Ward's got a little farm. I mean, I don't know the name of the farm, but the guy he's always on Sundays. They got the farmers
Yes,
market.
Finca Tres
His name is
Robles.
Joe, but he coordinates that little farm he's at, and he wants to bring it to Denver Harbor.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, because man, we can get a lot of seniors going there and help clean up, get them motivated to do something. And I got a lot of friends that go there. Rudy Vara, man, he says, Juan, that's stress relief. It's in Houston, but you go there, you release stress, you work. He said it's beautiful, and we need that in Denver Harbor. We're gonna get it. You know, we are.
Well, you know what? I believe you. He says that with conviction, doesn't he?
Yes,
Yes.
it will happen.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And it's a good location. It's right there. And we've been looking at it, and Joe went down there and looked at it, and he took some of his people, and he said, Juan, we can do a lot of stuff in that little area.
It's just an odd piece of property
is.
there.
And he raises chickens, and you get the eggs, and it's just a little farm in Houston.
That's awesome. I didn't know you guys
what?
had
I
that.
tell
in
you,
Houston.
Yeah, in the Fifth Ward, he's got it.
At my
He's got 2 acres.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna go get me some
my,
eggs.
my grandmother, she died passed away in '78. She was an original resident of La Bonita Gardens, and she had chickens, and it took us like 20 years for those chickens to die out. We didn't want to just get rid of the chickens after she passed away, because so we had fresh eggs all the time.
Wow.
We had fresh eggs, and it took 20 years for those chickens finally when the neighbors moved in, we started noticing our chickens disappearing.
Hey, but
Not a yard bird being cooked out there.
but Joe wants to bring this farm plan into Denver Harbor because they give classes on chickens. And,
Yeah,
oh my
that'd
God,
be
it'll
awesome.
be educational for the little kids. And he's got a great program over there, and he's willing to do it in Denver Harbor.
I think that's amazing. That's a great idea.
It is,
And
it
I think
is.
AT&T just needs to give it up.
You bring that in there, and it's going to help our cleanup.
Yeah.
You know,
Let's
it's
do a
gonna help.
change or do it one of those what's it called? I'm so sorry, I forgot. But the change.org.
Oh yeah,
Petition?
Yeah. That's right.
Ask
the
AT&T
change.org
to give it
petition.
up.
Absolutely. You know what would even help even more? Is some free menudo and
I agree.
guatacos
I
and,
agree.
you know what I'm talking? No,
talk
what I'm
about
saying?
pan dulce.
You know what I'm saying, brother?
the program.
Yeah, I'll
I
be
tell you, we're getting ready. It's almost time. Real quick, now anybody can go to this.
Anybody.
Oh,
in
wow.
any
Yes.
neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if
Absolutely.
whether you're a city employee or you're an entrepreneur,
you know what? We need to go. We're going to go invite the mayor and city council to come out and help us. You know, because the mayor said he's going to clean up DH, and I want to see him out there, but I don't want him out there to sweep and then leave. He's going to be out there. You know?
All right, let me tell you what the
I
mayor
believe
does
that.
best. Get him on a stage and give him a mic and some music. Have you seen him sing?
Oh, yes.
I mean, he's draw
Oh, yeah.
proud. He can
Oh, yeah.
sing. I could
Well,
not
folks,
believe it.
I'm sorry, but
You
all
need
good
to-
things got to come to an end. We got to wrap the show up. I want to thank all my guest hosts, Miss Elaine, Miss Sylvia, and of course my guest, Ms. Maria, of course Juan, Anna. It's always great to see y'all folks, you know. And I tell you, let's need to come out of the restaurant. If you want to go talk politics? Perfect.
Oh,
Perfect
yeah.
place on
It
your
is.
But
That-
don't
wait
go
till the
there at
elections are
1:30.
over.
Don't go there at 1:30. But folks, it's been great. Thank you. We'll see you next week. Hopefully, we're going to have some Donald Trump supporters here. So we'll see you next week, and see you then. Thank you.